Welcome back, everyone. We're back at it again. We're doing my top 100 games of all time. This is 40 to 31. Let's get back right into it. So number 40 is actually a Euro game, one of my favorite Euro games, edited with a little bit of deck building. This is an older game, and it still holds up to this day. This is Concordia. Concordia is just an amazing Euro. I look at it. I don't want to say it's a gateway, but I look at it as a game that, if you want to get people into Euros. So once you get somebody into this hobby, they play a few gateway games. I feel like Concordia is the next step up. The rules are just so simple. I believe they're only like a page long, and there's 2 expansions out. There's Salsa expansion that adds another resource, but yeah, everybody starts off with a deck of cards. And of course, you're going along Europe, and there's a bunch of different maps you can buy for it as well. And you're establishing trade routes. I'm like cities and stuff like that. Again, you're building up your deck. It plays pretty quick too. It's not really that long of a game. You could probably get a game done in 2 hours, maybe less. But yeah, still a fantastic game. Number 40, Concordia. 39 is a worker placement game that was actually a surprise for me too. When I look at the cover, it just looks a little goofy. But this is actually Whistle Mountain. So Whistle Mountain is a worker placement game where you're like building a dam. And you have to be mindful of your workers, because they can actually fall off the certain spots and drown in the water. So, and of course, that'll allow you to lose points and stuff. But yeah, you're building up this like dam, a little bit of engine building in there as well. Really unique worker placement game. I haven't tabled it in a while, but I remember when I did play it, the few times I played, I loved it. It's a great worker placement game. Again, not a gateway game. It's I want to say it's more of a medium heavyweight game. I'm not sure if I've seen it played at conventions at all. I'm actually kind of surprised. I think it still holds up. It's a few years old. I believe it's about 4, I think. But yeah, great worker placement game. That is Whistle Mountain, number 39. So 38, I'm actually kicking myself because I made my top 2 player games, my top 10 a few months ago. I don't know what went through me, but I don't know why I didn't put this game on there, because this game is fantastic. I must have forgot it, or I was tired or something. When you have a kid, it's you don't get much sleep, man. But 38 is Radlands. So it's a 2-player card game where you're supposed to destroy everybody, your opponents, all 3 of their bases, and the replayability with it is just so much. And you could play a game in 15 minutes. I played 3-4 games in one sitting. That's how quick it plays. But everyone starts with 3 bases. You're gonna choose which ones that you want, and each of them have a different power. Some of them don't have any at all. And you're playing cards that will defend the base, and they also attack the other players. And it's a lot just back and forth, and it just works so well. Now, when I got it, so one of the things they advertised was that you don't need to sleeve these cards. I mean, I don't want to try it myself, but supposedly they can't get dented or bent. You could bend them and they won't crease or anything. Again, I wouldn't recommend you try it, but yeah, the game is very good quality. I have the mats and everything. I think it's up here. It's right up there. I have the player mats that came with it and everything. But yeah, one of my favorite 2-player games. It should have been on that list. It will be this year when I do another top 10 2-player board game. But yeah, 38, Radlands. 37 is a hidden movement game. One I didn't back on Kickstarter because I do not like this whole video game to board game gimmick. But sometimes it works, and that is Sniper Elite for my number 38. So Sniper Elite, one person plays as a sniper, the rest plays as the Axis powers, trying to find the sniper who's trying to finish his objective. And it's a hidden movement game that can actually be played pretty quickly, about 30, 45 minutes. Again, I don't think hidden movement games should be anything longer than an hour. Same goes for mine and MGMT. That's a pretty, you could play a game in 30, 45 minutes, and it's a really meaty game. I think I just spoiled my list, but yeah, but Sniper Elite does something really well. And again, it's very tense because as you're playing as the Axis powers, you really don't know where this person is. I played a game where not one shot was fired, and this person who's playing as a sniper went to their objectives and then fired one shot, and was pretty sneaky the whole game. It's that type of game. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. It has my number 37, Sniper Elite. 36 is another Euro, a deck building Euro. That is Great Western Trail. So yeah, Great Western Trail is a great game, excellent game. I think it still holds up to this day. I know they got the Argentina and the New Zealand expansion. I haven't checked them out yet. I don't know if I should pick it up. I don't feel like owning all 3 games. I really don't think it's necessary. But feel free to leave in the comments what you guys think about Argentina and New Zealand. If you've played it, is it worth it? But for now, I'm just going to keep the original Great Western Trail in my collection. I have the second edition, so it's a little more aesthetically pleasing than the old one. But yeah, it's a little bit of a deck building game. You're building your stations. The rules get a little bit complicated when it comes to the railroad stuff. I remember I brought it to a game night once, and I just botched the rules. It was kind of embarrassing. But it's still not that complicated. But it's a great Euro game. Still holds up to this day. Number 36, Great Western Trail. 35 is another worker placement game. That is Architects of the West Kingdom. I have all the expansions for it. I got the playmat, the big box. I really want to get it back to the table to try the new expansions. But I really like Architects a lot. That whole system where you get to capture other people's workers, put them in jail. It's got that take that element, which I really like. Again, it's not going to be for everybody, but for me, I enjoy messing with other players. I want to feel competitive in these games. And yeah, Architect just does it really well. It's a great worker placement game. It's still talked about to this day. I told you I love Garfield Games, what that company is doing. And I look forward to anything they put out in the future. But number 35, yeah, is Architects. 34 is new to this list. So this is, I think, a very underrated game by CMON. It's not on shelves anymore. It's actually pretty hard to find. I found the copy for like $70. I jumped on it immediately, and I instantly loved it when I played it. I have it actually right over here. That is Dogs of War by Paolo Mori, who is known for his tug of war games, and that's essentially what it is. You're playing as a faction, and you're trying to there's wars going on the map, and you're trying to influence one side over the other, depending on who you want to win. And so it's just really tense, really a lot of fun. One of the best tug of war type games out there. I'm surprised it hasn't been reprinted or maybe given a facelift or something. It's a really underrated game. I think it's excellent. That is 34, Dogs of War. 33 is a somewhat social. It's got a little bit of social deduction in it. Again, this is from the same people who brought you Moonrakers. That was on my list. And this is Veiled Fate. So Veiled Fate is an interesting game. I just found out that they're coming out with an expansion on Kickstarter in about a month or so. So in Veiled Fate, you have these demigods, and they're going around trying to do these quests that are represented by cards on the map. The thing is, people don't know who is your demigod, so you're controlling all of them, which is an interesting aspect in that game. And I did find it really intuitive, because there's something different in that whole, controlling every single thing and every single character, and then other people not knowing who it is. But towards the end, you do kind of can figure out who it is, and usually by that time, it's too late. I'm really looking forward to see what the expansion is going to bring, but it's still a great game that I have a lot of fun playing, and that is Veiled Fate, my number 33. Number 32, I recently did a review for, and if you know me, I love deck building, and I love bag building games. And this one is Resurgence by Stan Kardonsky. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. So Resurgence is a post-apocalyptic themed game that takes place in Russia. Again, the theme never really felt so strong, but you're pretty much building up your bunker and you're collecting different people by getting their cards, and then you're putting their tokens in your bag, and you're bidding for against other players to decide like who gets to place their character first in a certain region. And along that, again, it's got that worker placement element, and then you're using that to build up your bunker and become stronger. It's a lot of fun. It's a game that I think it was considered a sleeper hit. It was, I don't know, I think it's getting a lot more popular now because of the reviews that were coming out. But I remember when it came out that there wasn't that much, there was some content on it. I know people were talking about it. But the second I saw bag building, worker placement, and I saw the thing, I'm like, all right, I gotta back this game. And it didn't disappoint. Yeah, I gave it an 8.5 a few months ago. And yeah, I really like it. It's kind of going up for me in score a bit. I did say it needs an expansion because I did feel a little that time that there could be more, but as the base game alone, it's still fantastic, and that's why it's my number 32. That is Resurgence. My number 31 is a Euro, again from the great Garfield games, and that is Paladins of the West Kingdom. I think out of all these games, I have played Paladins the most. It is just, it's so good. And there is a little bit of that multiplayer solitaire going on. It mostly is multiplayer solitaire. And I told you how much I despise it. But there's something with this game that, you are blocking players sometimes in the upper area to claim that spot. But, it's whatever you're doing in front, that puzzle you're trying to solve in front, it's just so, I find it so captivating, so interesting, and that I just never got sick of playing that game. It just gets better for me every time I play. And, Paladins, it does something different than the other multiplayer solitaire games. Again, I don't want to it's not 100% multiplayer solitaire. You're still competing against others. It essentially almost feels like a race as well. But, I have the expansion. I haven't tried it yet. I know I have all the expansions that I haven't tried, but I do hear that it does make it even better. But I feel Paladins is going to be a game that's going to be on this list for a very long time. I know it's still widely popular in this community. But, I think it deserves its rightful place at number 31. That is Paladins of the West Kingdom. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. In the comment section. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel. We are making some changes this year. There's gonna be some people joining us on this channel. So we're gonna add more stuff. I'm trying to add some more reviewers for this channel. To get more different perspectives, especially on these bigger games. But that's gonna do it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, keep on playing. And like I stated before, any questions about any of these games I have, and of course for Great Western Trail, please leave them in the comment section. We'd love to hear you guys' opinions. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks.